right underneath you here, actually.
Where?
If you reach under on that side, you feel a little disc. Hold on.
Oh, I do. Is it a Mossberg album? Oh,
Woo! All right, everybody. This is My Wand here at Dash Radio. Sorry if you weren't ready for the.
No, I was ready.
Ric Flair
yeah,
woo.
it was crazy. I had to do that.
I always do the Ric Flair woo because in movie sets they do like claps and shit to line everything up.
Oh, smart.
I'm like, fuck the clap, bro. Ric Flair.
That's smart. I got freaking PTSD though. I got shot before, so I was like, who busting on this?
Yo, this whole window probably fucking around to give you PTSD.
On me, but yeah,
man.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Bro, I appreciate you rolling through. So a little bit about myself. I lived on the north side of Long Beach for almost 4 years. And it was, I want to say 2013 to 17. I was on 56 in Long Beach. In that time, something happened. And that was Thirst 48.
That did.
And I remember when Bitter Raps came out and being like, yo, he's not from Compton.
I literally, and at that time, I was living on the north side at my homie house. That's what made that even funnier. My grandma stayed on 50. Yeah, my grandma stayed on 58, and like so basically like Orange and South. Like on the heart of the north.
Bro,
so,
do you know South and Downey where the where the Walmart is?
You was right there.
There's a Cricket Wireless store. That was my.
That was it. You did say you owned the Cricket store.
That was
That's
my Cricket
fire.
store on the north side.
Oh yeah, I spent a lot of time on the north. So shout out to the north. I love the north too.
But so like back to why I'm so hyped about this, bro. When you drop Bitter Raps, I remember thinking like, this doesn't sound like anything I've heard from the coast ever.
That's fire.
Like one of one.
That's
Not
fire.
like to compare you to Sugar Free because you guys don't sound alike, but the way that Sugar Free is one of fucking one.
Yeah.
Boogie, you are one of one.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Nah. And I just remember being like angry at that time. I think I was angry at the state of like West Coast rap, angry at my life. Obviously, I was like, that's why I made this on Bitter Raps because I was just, it was so much stuff I didn't like in the whole representation of the West Coast. That I was just like, man, I hate this shit. I hate the internet right now. I hadn't figured out the good side of the internet yet. I just went on the internet and saw stuff I didn't like, so I expressed it in that song, and I'm glad.
I think that's always worked, because I remember when the moment to me when I was like, oh, Boogie's out of here is when Rihanna reposted your video,
exactly.
which came from an angry place, too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Nigga Needs came from, like, I wasn't necessarily so angry when I made Nigga Needs. It was more so, like, it was so many things I still wanted. I was kind of frustrated that I wasn't where I wanted to be in my career, but I wasn't as mad as I was when I made Bitter Raps. I remember Bitter Raps, I was pissed at everything.
Well, thank God, bro, because from there, I remember when, I don't know how you linked up, I'd love to find out, but when you got with Jalil Beats and made that Oh My.
Nah, man, and that's why stuff like that just let me, it's like reassurance that I'm on the right path because it's never no formula on how to get to these certain rooms. It's just like consistent faith in yourself and then got to trust that you're on the right path. And how I got with Jalil was random. The way I met my manager at the time was random through a random tweet through Aston Matthews retweeting it. With Aston Matthews. I went to high school with him.
He's the reason I listened to you.
Yeah,
he's
the reason I got.
Westside.
He's damn near the reason. Exactly. So he's the reason I got a manager because of the Westside, and he gave me that feature just like off the love of going to high school with him because I didn't have no.
And he was popping at
He
the
was
time.
popping and I wasn't. So he gave me that look. Clayton Blaha, who was my manager, who found me from that song, DM me. He introduced me to Hot New Hip Hop. Hot New Hip Hop introduced me to Jalil Beats. So
wow.
Start
Full
from
circle.
Yeah, exactly.
So wait, can we just do a quick shout out to Aston
Matthews? He is. I tell him this all the time. He the first rapper to show me love, and I'm super grateful that he did because he didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? And he at a time when blogs meant everything, Hot New Hip Hop, and when that shit mattered, he gave me that look.
He had the blog.
Exactly, had him, and he gave me that look.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm gonna just use this second to say shout out to Aston. Aston,
Matthews.
Get back in the booth. The game needs you.
Shout out to Aston Matthews. Shout out to Cutthroat.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vince, Aston, and Joey Fats as a collective because they, you know what I'm saying, they came up together. So that shit dope.
That's super dope that you recognize that. Yeah. You know what I think is so beautiful about that is you said at the time, you know, he was established hooking you up with the verse.
Exactly.
And when, you know, fast forward, you've done some incredible things in your career. You can return the favor.
No, exactly. And I was just asking him like a month ago because I know I'm not Jesse, my boy, managed him, and I'm just like, man, where my boy at? Because he's so talented and he was so like different from a lot of stuff we had out here. I just want him to like keep going. So. Whenever, ask him whenever he needed. I'm here for him.
Absolutely.
For sure.
All right, man. Well, look, I got to do something I do, Boogie. For every interview I do, I give the artist the album. I got a CD collection.
Oh,
and I'm like,
give
what
me
the
an
fuck
album.
am I going to do with these CDs?
That's right. It's still a collector's item.
Yeah. So the CD I got for you is, I'm going to explain why. Because Compton. I'm gonna say shout out Compton. You've always put Compton on, but like I said, from the first time I heard you, I'm like, this cat does not sound like anything I've heard from the city,
Gotcha.
let alone from Compton, the greatest music city ever.
Compton. I just was thinking that earlier. I was like, damn, just my neighborhood in general. We got me, Kendrick, and Wally the Sensei, and my little homie YS, and I'm like, and Mossberg is from my hood.
Bro, Mossberg?
So Mossberg is from Campanella.
Okay.
So therefore, Kendrick, me, and Mossberg, we got the greatest like city in the world and the greatest hood.
And then when you expand from your block, Dre, Marvin.
Yeah.
To me, it was like second.
Man,
you
that's
got
fire.
Marvin.
That's fire. That's you know about Marvin.
Sure
He is. That's what I'm saying. That's fire. You brought him up.
Oh yeah.
But him, Quick, YG.
Okay. So
Problem.
You just name dropped Mossberg.
You feel me?
You kind of gave away who album would give you right underneath you here actually.
Where?
If you reach under on that side, you feel a little disc. Hold on.
Oh, I do. Is it a Mossberg album? Oh, DJ Quick.
I had to give you
Mossberg was signed to DJ
Yes.
Quick. Shout out to DJ Quick, one of
Rhythmalism,
my
man.
dogs. This feels like a Nardwar.
Yeah. The reason I give you rhythmalism is you're melodic as
Thank
a bitch.
you. I appreciate this.
Since you came out, I felt like you were a singer. God just didn't give you the voice for it.
I promise on my life, I'm really supposed to be a singer. And
I swear to God.
And I promise you, it's like I just know I'm not good enough, so I had to settle for rapping. But I'm really a singer at
That's
heart.
why I chose rhythmalism over Quick
Damn,
as a
this
name.
is amazing. I'm so happy
That's
about this.
from '98 too, so I'm like, you probably grew up off that shit.
Shout out
I
to
didn't think
DJ
about
Quick,
Mossberg.
man. Shout out to Mossberg. Shout out to Quick. Rest in peace, Mossberg, man.
Yeah, rest in peace.
This is at a time when DJ Quick was eating MCA up, but shout out to MCA now. I love him, man. But
Damn, your hip hop history.
yeah,
goes
man,
back,
don't play.
No, definitely. Okay, so I gave you the Quick album because I felt like there's a lot of similarities on the draw with just being unique.
I appreciate
Being
that.
you unique and never conforming. Quick never conformed.
Exactly.
This day, even on like Book of David is more recent stuff. Like you still sound.
Quick
like
is a legend. He amazing.
Quick's to me the most underappreciated hip hop artist.
No,
period.
100%. He really is, and it's like L.A. or California appreciate it, or the West Coast, but the world I feel like don't appreciate Quick as much as I should.
Because to me, he never signed.
Damn.
You know what I mean? When you don't go the major label route,
No, it's
you
hard.
never get that.
You're right. That machine
variety.
behind you and that extra platform.
Yeah. So
you're
shout
right.
out to Quick, man.
Shout out to Quick.
So we got to get into, man. You've given us 2 back-to-back fucking over-the-head projects.
Oh man, thank you.
Well, I'm gonna start with the new one, More Black Superheroes.
More black superheroes. Go get my shit.
So I got a theory. You get singers on your hooks and you're writing the hooks, right?
No, 100%. That's my formula.
That's the formula.
That's my
right?
formula. Just because,
I
like you
guess that
said,
shit.
I'm supposed to be a singer at heart. So I always do the hook first, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I could sing it better. So I just always go get another singer to sing it.
I noticed that.
But I've never let nobody write no hook for me except for this album, and that's on Nonchalant.
I was gonna say
that's my first time.
Nonchalant sounds a little different.
That's the first time I ever let any.
Nonchalant
Yeah,
thing.
and mommy wrote that hook. I sent her the beat, so shout out to her. She amazing, young talent.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish I could have signed her because she's so amazing. And so she from Indiana. I think I got it right this time. She amazing. So she wrote that hook, sent it back in like 30 minutes. Every time I need a hook from her, she just send it back.
It was
So
clean too, and it fit Boogie.
she went crazy.
There's
she went crazy.
there's a song on that Quick album that like when I think of Boogie, ever since I first discovered you, it reminds me of Thinking of You or Thinking About You by DJ Quick.
Thinking I gotta hear that song.
It's a record where he just talks about like his feelings about a girl and how he fucked up.
That's
and
fire.
just how he's like, I'm thinking about you, and then he's like, now you're drunk thinking about me.
I love that vulnerability and that disposition.
And
That's hard.
and you know what's crazy is how vulnerable you've been since Thirst 48 part 1 and 2, everything on sale, right?
Yeah, everything for sale. Yeah,
Everything for sale, and then More Black Superheroes. I think it's so beautiful that you got to co-write Purple Hearts.
Yeah.
Mr. Morales and the Big Steppers.
Exactly.
Because that's the most, to me,
Vulnerable song. Yeah, it is.
the vulnerable song on the most vulnerable album.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So I got to give a shout out to your management team.
Man.
Is it Lauren?
LVRN, Love Renaissance.
Okay, Love Renaissance.
Yeah, so
it's a collective, right?
It's a collective. It's a group. It's a team effort. It's one. Damo here right now, one of my managers. Shout out to Damo. Damo is the person I go to every day. Like, you know, when my life is on the line and I need to talk to somebody, it's always him. But yeah, they just do everything, and it feels like even though I just get managed by them, they also a label, so I get the cheat code of that because they treat me like I'm their signed artist and not just a management. So I get all the benefits of a label. Hold on, let me make sure this is not my baby mama calling me.
You good? Make sure everything cool.
Okay, it's Tim.
I was saying, that's a real one. He wanted to make sure his baby.
Yeah, I was
wasn't
going. Yeah, because
calling
my kid is on a flight from Vegas. Yeah, so I was gonna have to stop. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what was we talking about? The Kendrick album? Oh,
Yeah,
Love Renaissance, LVRN.
Yeah.
How they treat me like a label. I mean, like I'm a label artist, and I could just get anything from them. Like
So
you could go to them. I can go to them for creativity, management, obviously. So
And like I think you've alluded to it.
that is my brother.
I told you I had the South
Right.
Side coming.
That
you like that?
That's really my nigga. I
like
love that,
I do my
man.
research,
Thank
Boogie.
you.
I had to make sure we brought you the best.
I'm
weed
like,
that
what is
night.
he doing right here? And I'm like, oh shit.
Well, I told
That's
you
the guy.
we got some work coming.
We got a
for you.
record, man. Shout out to my boy Franks.
I know. Frank's been telling me, he's like, bro, I got some shit. So I hit him. I was like, yo, Boogie's coming Wednesday. He's like, bro, I gotta bring him.
Yeah, that's my guy. I
So
love him.
we gotta get back into the love renaissance because I feel like there was a pivot in your career.
Yeah.
And at that moment, things started like you were killing it prior to that.
No,
like,
you
let
right,
me just
though.
say, I've been a big fan of you.
You right, though.
Since the beginning. But things seem to really. It's almost like when a great NBA player
Yeah.
finds the right team.
No, you're right.
Like
It-
Wiggins.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he's right system, and that fit them. And I think I'm glad you brought that up because I think from the outside looking in, nobody can ever see like those small details, or it feels like small details of me just changing management and how much of a pivotal moment that is for artists when you get in the right system. You know, because I had great management, Clayton Blaha. He came and found me out the slums
Right,
before
off of
nobody
Aston
knew where I
Matthews
was
feature.
exactly. So shout out to Clayton Blaha. But it did get to a point when we reached our ceiling. You know what I'm saying? And I think we had different end goals. So you need somebody who like, it's a cohesive thing.
Absolutely.
To where you don't want it to be selfish. Y'all kind of want to have the same end goals. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So that's what it was with LVRN. I got it to a situation where they wanted to be the reason they made the next big rapper, and I wanted to be the next big rapper.
I love
so
that.
it fit perfectly.
It just-
you know what I'm
it-
saying?
it's like
It
perfect.
benefit both of us. It benefit both of us. So
And then to think how crazy the world works because they reps Summer Walker.
exactly. And then I just was put in a great situation. You know what I'm
Boom, and you
saying? Because I was
delivered.
on the shelf. I was signed back at home in Torrance, broke now. I had lost
Wait,
my
let me-
house
Let me clarify something. You
Yeah.
got signed in 2015.
2015.
But the Shady thing didn't happen until
20
17.
17, 18, one of
So
those.
what was in between? Were you on Interscope?
I was on Interscope, just shelved. I
Things
got
didn't
my
happen for
advance.
you?
I got my advance and didn't know nothing about having to pay taxes from the advance. So I got my advance. I put me and all my homies in a house in Burbank, maybe spending like $3,000 a month. This is my first time paying rent by myself, first time living by myself. And then I'm buying Postmates every day, like $1,000 worth of Postmates, weed for everybody, feeding everybody. I look up, I got like $20,000 left. Then they like, you owe $40,000 in taxes. I'm like, oh, fuck life, I'm done. It's over. So
Yeah.
lost that, back on my homie couch for like a year.
And you owe the label money.
Owe the
at this
label
point.
money, owe taxes.
Did you make any projects in that time?
I was working, but it was like, I don't know, it was no point. They want, for one, we didn't know how to utilize Oh My. When Oh My came out, it was my first viral song, and it was
Yeah.
kind of new. Being viral was new. It was a new thing, and I don't think we
Wait,
didn't.
hold on, Franks. You gotta come in here.
But
and say
look,
what
shout
up.
out my boy Franks,
We
man.
gotta say what up
This
to
is my
Franks.
dog.
Hey,
It's not a lot of real genuine.
Best album of the year right here.
Play with somebody else.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, it's not a lot of genuine niggas in LA and niggas that rap good. Shout out to my boy Franks, man. He a real one. For sure, man.
Yeah, well, I got Frank. Shout
Shout out to
out.
Franks. But yeah,
So I was asking if you made any music in the time, and you said, "Oh my," you guys didn't know. What
oh,
to do with
actually,
it?
while I was at the house, I created, what project was that? Thirst 48
Part 2, I imagine.
or The Reach. I created The Reach at this.
Okay.
No, it might be the Thirst 48 Part 2. One of them projects, I created that at this house, and I had Sunroof on there and Nigga Needs. I created Nigga Needs in this crib. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't do nothing yet because it wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
So I ended up losing the crib. I was on tour with Denzel Curry. The Rihanna thing happened.
Yep.
I got a bunch of followers, but it didn't equate to no money.
Yeah.
At that point,
Most of the shit don't
yeah,
equate to
exactly.
money,
So I'm super grateful for that. I was signed with 10,000 followers. That day I got 100,000.
I,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember
Yeah.
being like, "Oh, he is out of
I'm
here."
out of here. So
Because, you know, I used to email you beats back in
Nah, I don't
2016.
remember that. That's
No,
crazy.
of course you wouldn't. I
Yeah.
was just like a random cat. You one time were like, "Yo, send me all the stems."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Send them all the
That's
stems."
fire.
But it was right when that Rihanna shit happened. My boy who put me on you was like, "Yo, if you didn't tap in with him already, you fucked."
that's funny.
And I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna try to send him another email." I'll never forget when that Rihanna shit happened. You were out of here. bro,
Yeah,
and I was so
man.
happy
My
for you.
Instagram was crazy that day. I was getting so many new hoes.
So then, how did the Shady thing happen? Like, who played a role in that? How
Yeah,
did that
so
come about?
so fast forward because I'm glad you said that because that Rihanna thing is gonna make sense. It's gonna come in handy later. So I get off tour. Me and my manager, my label not answering my manager no more. They like, treating us like, cause we didn't really come up with no new ideas. I realized when you sign to a label, it don't really change nothing. They just like a bank, and you got to have your own infrastructure. Literally. And you got to still be able to operate by yourself because they not going to help you operate.
It's a bank with a fucked up loan.
Exactly, fucked up loan. So that happened, and I was basically back at home. I was back on my homie couch, scraped up some money to go get a little apartment in Torrance. So I'm just like recording at home every day, working on the reach, doing this, living off girls. Unfortunately,
Damn, you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Damn,
doing that, living off my potential,
bro.
living off potential, because they always like, oh, I'm gonna be the wife of the nigga who next up. So I was pulling girls off my potential, you feel me? So that happened.
The realest cat ever, bro. I cheat on my queen with a hoe. That's just how it go, bro. You always been so real.
That's funny. So, and I don't know how it happened. The dude who signed me, Tim Glover, even though my relationship with my manager wasn't great and him wasn't great. Me and his relationship was always great. Him and my manager relationship wasn't great, but he always cared about me. He just wanted me to get new management, I feel like. So he finally brought me the opportunity to work with LVRN because he was working with him at the time too.
Oh, okay.
So, and at the same time, Paul Rosenberg had got wind of my video. Somehow he had seen that Rihanna posted it years before.
Yeah.
And so he was like, I'm gonna show this to Eminem, and everything just happened at the same time. So
it makes sense because M would love your music.
No, exactly. And so the next day I was in Detroit. I switched over management, and only thing I could blame to that is say the reason it happened is I had consistent belief and never gave up because I don't know, it's not no formula. It's not like you go this route you're gonna end up with Eminem, you go this route you end up with LVRN. I just kept working, stayed with my friends. Me and my two producers been working together forever, and just stayed a good human. And so
that's the biggest thing. I could tell you're a good cat just from following your career.
No, I appreciate that.
Because I haven't seen I don't want the right word, but what did he say back in the day? Like bitch assness?
Nah.
I've never seen you make any move or I question your character.
No, exactly. And it's times where it's like, I know I got a moral compass, and sometimes I don't want to do no rapper stuff. So I know I be having to do the balance of doing stuff I don't like doing because you got to be a rapper. But it's just, I don't want to compromise my character. So I'm never going to do that part. But I do rapper stuff I don't want to do, post promo and shit. Sometimes that shit feel corny to me, but
make a TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It's stuff like that. Now I'm on a TikTok, gotta post every day, even though some days I slip up. But it's all about you gotta play the game still. But it's like playing it to where you're not compromising your integrity.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because
you've done a great job of that, Boogie.
I appreciate it, and I can still get better because you know what I'm saying. It's sometimes I go a week without posting because I'm like, man, fuck Instagram. It's not like I figured it out. I seen Tyler today on Instagram say, nigga, I'm pushing my album for a year. It's so many rappers that act like they too cool to keep pushing a song
and that's Tyler.
6 months later because I already promoted it, it's old. And he like, no, this is my song. I created this. I love it. So I'm going to keep pushing it for a year. And I'm like, he right. I need to get out my head about that too because I'm finna push this album forever until my next shit drops.
I felt like everything for sale, it got the critical acclaim.
But it didn't, you're right. It
didn't reach the streets, the people as much as it should have.
And that's part of that could be me to blame because I
just think you're too raw, which is a good thing.
No, that's fine. Exactly.
You know what it is? It's I tell people this sometimes in life, in whatever, music, art, any form of art, there's vegetables and there's candy. That candy shit is great. As kids, we love candy. You eat that shit. But then the vegetables, it really takes time for us to mature,
exactly. And then you realize how much
your shit is like some gumbo. Hey, he hyped to see Boogie.
Shout out my good
we
people.
got him on the Chike cam.
Shout out to AZ Chike, man.
Shout out to Chike, man. Ruchi Chike, we love y'all.
Facts.
But no, so I was gonna say that. Sorry, I got so sidetracked. The dude in the NBA shirt. Damn, I forgot what I was saying, Boog.
It's all good.
Nah. Anyway, so my point was that you. Oh yeah, everything for sale. When I go back and I tell people you haven't heard this project top to bottom. And so I think your music is so soulful and so real, it takes longer for it to really resonate with people. Versus you just make some club ratchet shit. Like when Ratchet Boog comes out, that's going to resonate real quick.
Exactly.
And Anthony and Superblood.
Exactly. Them the ones that hit. And them the ones that hit for me the most. Like when I do Anthony, it's like I'm really being emotional and I could really be vulnerable. And that's why I'm grateful that my album did. That's just the beauty of timeless music. You know what I'm saying? I ain't dropped in 3 years. It's not a lot of people that could disappear that long. And obviously I don't want my fans having to wait that long. And it just happened. This was my growing process. I had a lot to learn. I had a lot to learn during these past 3 years, and it's not gonna take that long this time. But when you really put your heart into something, I think people could tell, and that's the stuff that could stand the test of time. Because like when you force stuff out, it's here today and gone tomorrow, and
Absolutely.
that's draining to just drop a million songs that people just gonna forget about tomorrow. I would rather
You're
take
the opposite.
Yeah, I'd rather take my time. And,
there's a lot of artists that go mixtape,
Exactly.
small album. You wait.
No, exactly. It gotta feel right, and I'm grateful I got people around me that like reinstill confidence in me, give me like confirmation that I'm doing the right thing. Because it's times I'm in my head as an artist, like we all are. It's times if I didn't have people around me, I probably would have never dropped. And I'm glad I got people, a great team of people that like instill confidence in me, because that's all it is at the end of the day, is confidence.
That's a beautiful thing, man. You really seem to appreciate the things in life.
Lately I've been starting to enjoy the process, just because like I get so caught up with like not being at where I want to be, because I'm just want to be the best rapper. Like I ain't got no Grammy yet, and I be so confused because I feel like I'm the best, and that don't make sense because I don't got the awards to show for it. But I'm starting to realize when I look around, it's people just happy to see me win. It's people that love what's going on, love what I'm doing, and I'm touching so many people in the world. I can't focus on who I'm not touching. I got to just worry about the people I am affecting and keep trying to expand on that. And just, you know, be happy that my message is connecting to people. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what, Boogie? You have never popped off on anything that's not you.
No,
You've always been real authentic. So I think it might take longer for you to see the results you want. Because what I imagine, at your ability, you want to be the best in the game.
No, facts.
Number one, numero uno. Like, you're probably looking at, like, Kendrick and everyone else, like, fuck that.
No, exactly.
So good. Fuck this cat. You know
You're
what
right. You know what I'm saying? Even, because you know what I'm saying? Kendrick, my favorite rapper. I'm signed to Eminem, who is arguably the greatest rapper, one of the greatest rappers of all time. And, like, the past couple of months, I've really been waking up like, oh, I think I'm better than all of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes me happy. Like, I'm finally, like, confident enough to feel like I could go head to head with them. Because like a year ago, I probably would have said it and not believed it. It would have just been like me saying it, like to hype myself up to believe that I'm the best rapper in the world. But now it's like, oh, I really feel like I'm the best rapper in the world. It's because I got out my own way. I'm dropping music, and you know, it's a big step for me right now. So I'm just happy.
I'm happy. You're happy.
You feel me?
Deserve it.
Super happy. The only thing I stress about now is my 12-year-old, like killing me.
What's his name?
Darius. Shout out to Darius.
Shout out little Darius.
Raising a 12-year-old is a different bag.
You gonna let Darius rap?
Darius, yeah, of course, but he don't want to rap. My baby play basketball. He just want to hoop and get girls and be sneaky on Instagram.
Dominguez, he got one coming.
You feel me? I don't know. I do want him to go to the city, but I don't know if I want him in the city for real. So
that's true. Yeah, Dominguez is a little bit too in the city.
You gotta fight. You gotta fight battles.
Sierra Canyon.
No, exactly. Might have to go there. They just cost a lot of hurt. You know.
Yeah, right.
Might have to.
Yeah, Eminem might have to.
Exactly. Eminem paid for my baby to go to Sierra Canyon.
So I gotta ask about a specific moment. I want to say it was Australia. You came off stage performing your first time with M, and they said Marshall wants to see you.
Yeah. So it was the next day at the show, and I was like just hyped. Like, yeah, we just had a great show the day before. I'm lit. Tracy come in, who was like his assistant. She do everything for a lot of stuff for Shady. Not just an assistant. She do everything. So she come in and said, Marshall wants to see you. And I could tell by her tone, like, you know, it's one of them long walks. She don't give me no, like, context while we walking up there. So I'm just walking behind her, like, what's going on? Like, and then he come in like, yeah, man, you just kind of felt like I was alone up there. And you got to do better. And I was just like, I never had nobody critique me about my performances. So, and I'm also not a hype man. So, you know, it was tough.
It was,
but it was humbling, because it's like, regardless of where you think you at, it's still levels to this.
Absolutely.
So you need to be M hype man right now and do a better job. So get better at your job.
And I think for you, you're so fucking amazing lyrically.
Yeah.
There's a few rappers who can tell you something. And
no, exactly.
And it's one of like the 7 people dead or alive.
Exactly. And it's always something I can get better at. Like,
so is it awkward now with M, or like y'all?
Nah, I mean, honestly, because we spend like gaps not seeing each other. The first couple minutes is always awkward, because it's like, it's still Eminem. I ain't seen him in a minute. So then he break the ice with one of his weak ass jokes. Then you know,
he got weak jokes, like
dad
jokes.
His jokes suck, but you know,
you got like a joke you remember from M when you were like, dog, that wasn't funny.
Nah, I remember the first dad song. I think he had this wig or something, and you know, he just kept putting it on, walking around, and I was like, okay, after the first time, it's not funny, but that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
You fake laugh.
Fake laugh for an hour.
How many times until you didn't have to fake laugh? Do you still have to fake laugh in front of him?
Nah, now he a little funnier now.
Okay,
but that first day I was fake laughing the whole day.
Yeah.
Now he actually funny to me. So.
Okay. Well, I got something I wanted to bring up that to me was really interesting. I grew up the biggest Eminem fan, so I want to start this piece by, if I upset anyone at Shady or M, my bad. Like the biggest Eminem fan.
He is the greatest.
I've sent him letters. Like after
That's amazing.
Stan, I remember I used to rap and I sent him every lyric I had ever written. thinking he's gonna read it, review it like a teacher. And
Oh my god!
I checked the mail every day for 3 years. Checked my email daily, like twice a day. So I'm a big M fan.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell your story. I just want you to know he's massively huge. Like I've never been like I've been around Elton John. I've been around people, but the way M is in the world, he can't go nowhere. He's like that man is huge.
No, he can't. Yeah. He can't travel normally. He can't do anything. No, I know, and I'm the biggest M fan to this day. Even if I don't believe the album's gonna be great, I buy every M album to hear it. Even on some of his most recent stuff where I wasn't on board with where the sound was, I still copped it. I own Recovery.
I respect that.
I fucking love M. But there's been a history, like when people signed to Shady, I feel like they haven't hit their max potential always.
Yeah.
And you're the first artist to me that you're hitting your potential, and I haven't seen you complain about being signed to Shady.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, like, how do you have such a good relationship with Shady? Because I've seen it in the past. I'm not gonna drop names, but artists.
No, I know. I've seen it, and I think it's entitlement and expectations that I didn't walk in there with. For one, the pressure of it, I already put a hell of pressure on myself. So it's no pressure of being signed to Eminem. It's the biggest rapper in the world. You got to do this because it's already like Boogie. You need to be the biggest rapper in the world. Do what you got to do. And then already being in a label for a couple years, I understand how the mechanics work and what I'm deserved and like what he's actually supposed to give me. So him handing me a wad of money don't even make sense because it's like I'm gonna owe this back because I'm still signed to him. I'm still signed to him at the end of the day. So there's that. There's also, what do I want? I got to know what I want when I go in there. And if he don't do it, then I could complain. And it hasn't been that moment to where I said, M, can you do this for me? And he said no. So
that's amazing. There's
that element. And it's just like, yeah, at the end of the day, what do you expect when you get signed to a label? I think the world got a false perception of it, what's supposed to happen when you sign to the biggest rapper in the world. You know what I'm saying? So there's that too. And I just don't get caught in that game.
I love
He
that.
gave me a feature. It's my biggest song ever.
Rainy Days.
You know what I'm saying? And so I can't.
Is that the one where you said I cheat on my queen for a hoe?
You just brought that line
That's
up.
my favorite Boogie bar.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the most self-reflective bar. You're like, I'm a piece of shit.
And that's what bag I was in at that time. And it was me realizing like, damn, I got the girl in my dreams right now, and I'm still cheating. And that just let me know I'm not fixed. I need to work on myself to where like I shouldn't even be in this situation.
That's amazing, man. I think your initial Interscope situation might have put you in that right mind state. No, because I think tons of people get upset with their labels, and it's natural.
Yeah,
it's
a
business. You work for anyone.
No, because you look at it like I just worked my ass off to get here. Now I want somebody else to work for me, and it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's about us working together. Yeah. And so that's what it's about.
I love it. As a big Eminem fan and as a Shady fan, I love to see someone from Compton, California, be the one that really like makes it work with the label the right way.
Scam Likely calling me. I hate Scam Likely. Yeah.
I got another gift too for you.
What you got?
So more black superheroes came out, and I know you're a big fan of superheroes.
I am.
So I got a little Black Panther flash drive.
Oh!
I think it's 2 gigs.
This is hard.
It's loaded up with beats from DJ Side Reel.
You lying.
DJ Side Reel, Lil Keed's DJ, rest in peace, Keed.
Rest in peace, Lil Keed,
Long live Keed. Since, they made Keed's album and he been in his producer bag, I told him, he played me a beat the other day and I'm like, bro, I'm giving that to Boogie.
More black superheroes. What's his producer name?
DJ Side Reel.
Side Reel?
Yeah, Side Reel.
Shout out to DJ Side Reel.
Shout out to Side Reel. But anyway, I wanted to give you the flash drive so every time you need it in the studio,
hard.
you can be like, I fuck with Dash.
This is fire, man. Thank you.
Of course, man. So what does it mean to you when you say black superhero? Are you talking about, you're not talking about the Black Panthers. You're talking about the Huey P's, the Martins.
Actually, they are black superheroes. They are black superheroes.
That's what you're alluding to,
It's a layered title for me. It's about all of us finding a superhero in ourselves. It's about all of us realizing, of course I'm a black man, so I start with that perspective, but I know the world can relate to this message. We all been through situations, especially men, when we go out in the world, we treat them as normal. Like, we don't embrace that we survived this situation and give ourselves credit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the power in itself, being able to survive these situations. Yeah, class to that. You feel me?
Absolutely.
It's about that. So being a survivor, it's about embracing the different sides of yourself. Like, for so long, I feel like when I go out in the world, I got to be one way. When I go to my neighborhood, I just feel like I got to be super tough. When I get around my kid, I try to hide that part for him and only show him this side when I shouldn't be doing that. He should see all the sides of me. And it's just like, so me embracing all my sides and really realizing that's when I'm at my best and that's when I'm at my strongest. That's when I have my superpowers, when I embrace all my sides. So, you know what I'm saying? It's that. Also, I'm a hero to my kids. So
yeah,
there's that.
That's the biggest thing I got from it was just you're kind of saying like, you know, as a community, we need to be superheroes for our kids.
Yeah, but also to the Hueys, to the people who've come with different messages besides ignorance in the past that open up doors for me to be vulnerable and give me spaces to say my message. They heroes to me for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know
that was the first thing I took from it. I was like,
and I'm glad, and I
hero.
never wanted to be like, you gotta take this from it. And I think that's the beauty of music. Like, you're supposed to take your own perception from it. And I don't even like, that's why sometimes I don't even want to give my meaning before you make your own meaning, because I want you to be able to take your own meaning and do that like you did. So
yeah, man. Well, shit, Boogie, this was an honor to chop it up
thank
with
you for having me, man.
Listen, man, since Thirst 48, I've been invested.
Nobody ever bring that project up to me. You're
I've
the
been
first one.
invested,
So thank
bro.
you, man.
Since Bitter Raps.
Bitter
I remember
Raps.
just thinking, what
Nobody
the fuck
ever
am I
bring that
listening to
song
right
up
now?
to
Like,
me,
this
so-
guy isn't rapping traditionally. Like,
So thank you.
But he's harder than me. Like, the way
Appreciate you.
my parameter is if someone can rap better than when I used to rap,
That's fire.
I fuck with him heavy.
That's all right. That's how I feel about rappers too. Like, at least show me you doing something to where I'm gonna be like, ooh, okay, that was crazy.
No, the first time I heard
Yeah.
Bitter Raps, I'm like, he is better than me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Registered, he is a
I
better
appreciate
MC.
that, man.
So who's your favorite? Anthony, Superboog, or Ratchet Boog? Last question.
Anthony always. Just
Anthony.
because, like, you know, I'm not, no, never mind Ratchet Bug. For the past year, it's been Ratchet Bug because it's like, that's my funnest side. Anthony, it's like, it drains me a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to go to tap into so many different emotions, so it's not really fun all the time. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Boogie, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, my
from
boy.
Dash, from LA.
Shout out to Dash, man.
Been supporting since
Been
09.
supporting from John.
Man,